Hey everybody, I'm your host Bruce. Welcome to Equinox of Thrash. Today we're going to be talking about my top 5 thrash metal albums that I have grown on quite a bit, which basically just means I've grown a lot of appreciation for it over time. Before we start this list, I want to make it clear that I never straight up disliked any of these albums. I just think that a lot of them I thought were just kind of okay at first, and over time, I started to really appreciate them. So, with that being said, let's fix my camera here so you guys can see these albums, and here we go. So I've got 5 albums today. I actually own most of these on CD, so that's nice. But before we get into my actual top 5, I want to throw out a quick honorable mention. Onslaught, The Force. Why is this on here? Well, I didn't want to put it on the list, the official list, because, well, first of all, the 5 that are going to follow this are much bigger, in my opinion. I like them more. But this one I also think grew, but didn't grow like a crazy amount, unlike the others. But I think what made me like this one more was I kind of saw a new light with it. I don't like the debut that much. I've heard that one twice, and it really doesn't do much for me. It's pretty straightforward. The second album, The Force, though, although I didn't care for it very much at first, I really started to like this album. I've heard it, I think, 4 times now, each and every time being in my car except for the first time. So I guess maybe driving makes albums better, I don't know. But, yeah, it's certainly an album that I really didn't care for at first, but I think I grew on Cy Keeler's vocals. I think he can do a nice little falsetto scream very well, actually. And his straight up just kind of normal thrash vocals are really nice. So this is definitely one that I think I was kind of harsh on at first. This is one that I was like, oh, Onslaught's just another band that had one good album, which I thought at the time was the third one, In Search of Sanity, mostly because of the singer from Grim Reaper being in the band at that point. But that album's still amazing. It's my favorite. But this one, I think, has gone up in that rank. So I like this one a lot. This one has grown on me quite a bit. And that's why it makes the honorable mention, but not the actual top 5. So Onslaught's The Force. All right, next up. Big one. Decently new as well. Like I got into this one like back in April-ish, maybe May. And that is Darkness Descends by Dark Angel. I bet a lot of people are looking at me like I'm crazy. Or at least I was crazy because, well, this is a pretty beloved album. I mean, by basically everyone. And why did I not like it? I'm kind of struggling to figure out now. I think that Black Prophecies is still a weaker song compared to basically everything else I've heard from this band, besides the new album, which that was rough. But everything else on this album, Darkness Descends, is great. I have a ton of fun with Perish in Flames. That might be my favorite song. I also really love the title track. Burning of Sodom, great, extremely fast. Hunger of the Undead, super cool, kind of chilling too. I like the lyrical content on that one. And also, I'm trying to remember the song, Merciless Death. Holy shit, that song is a ripper. And that was kind of the song that got me into this album. So thank you to the one person in the Discord that, and I bet they're watching this right now, but they kind of got me into that song, and that kind of got me into this album. So very thankful for that. Thank you very much. But yeah, this is definitely an album I like quite a bit now, and I'm honestly shocked I didn't like it very much. So yeah, although very brutal, you know, once again, still shocked I didn't like it. But now I do. I love this album, so don't come at me in the comments. But yeah, at one point, I probably would have given it a 6. Now I'd give it like a high 8 or a 9. Mostly because Black Prophecies is still not that good. I'm sorry, guys. Anyways, next album. This is one that I'm going to be looked at like I'm crazy for, but since this is my first video on this channel, you guys might not know, Megadeth is my favorite band, and I can already feel the comments coming. But yeah, this album, I really loved Peace Sells when I first heard it. That entire album, loved it. I really loved So Far, So Good, So What. I even loved Killing Is My Business. That one took me a little bit to get into. But this one didn't click with me at first. I had to listen to this actually a few times to get into a lot of this album. The first handful of times I heard it, I really was only into like the first 3 songs, which is like, Holy Wars, which everyone loves. That's like universally loved. Hangar 18, I loved mostly just because it was so insane to hear a song where it would just be shredding the entire back half, soloing, very technical. And the third song being Take No Prisoners, which I actually liked but didn't love. So now I love that song. It's a great one. But those were the only 3 songs I really cared about. And I kind of liked Rust in Peace Polaris, which, funny enough, is now my least favorite song on the album. But yeah, at the time I really didn't care for this that much, besides just a couple songs at the beginning. So what got me into it? Well, listening to it quite a few times, being really into the other albums. I think I needed to get used to Dave's vocals on this one too, because I really like his vocals on the 2 albums before this, maybe even Killing Is My Business as well. And I also like his vocals throughout most of the 90s. So, yeah, this sounds a little different than basically all of that. And who knows, I'd say now this might be his second or third best, maybe even first best performance vocally on an album. I'd say Euthanasia or Cryptic Writings is up there as well. But yeah, this is one that I didn't love at first, but now this is incredible. I love this album. At the time, I thought this is like the worst of the classic Megadeth stuff, which I just consider, Killing Is My Business through Rust. Now I'd say it's my third least favorite, which is not saying much. It's my favorite band, but at the time, I actually liked, I think, almost every 90s album besides Risk, of course, more than this one. And now I can't say that at all. I think that this is better than all of those albums. So, yeah, this one grew on me quite a bit. Love this album. Tornado of Souls, dude. I think that was one of the main reasons I got into the back half of this album, because holy shit, the solo in that song. But yeah, Lucretia as well. Great opening riff. And 5 Magics. Let's go, bro. Let's go. So, next up is an album that this is one that I only listened to like twice before, starting to change my opinions. So, I can't really say this is like my number 1 pick on this list. But this one, Overkill, Years of Decay. I know. This is one of the most universally loved metal albums of all time. I mean, people love this album. Unless you're dumb and you hate Bobby Blitz, which you're dumb. But this album is fucking beautiful. But at the time, I really only cared for fucking Elimination. I know. And I think the big issue that kept me from getting into this album was just being bored with the long epic on this album, which is Skull Crusher. And Playing with Spiders is in there too. But yeah, one time my friend Dave in the Discord server was like, Bruce, I think you're overhyping. I think you're gassing up the fact that Skull Crusher is way too long. I don't think it's that long. And in fact, it actually sounds like Black Sabbath. That's kind of how he described it to me. And I kind of saw that and I went, wow. Maybe I was wrong. This sounds really good. In fact, I really, really love the first, minute or so of that song. And I also really like the back, 4-5 minutes at the end. I love that shit. And very doomy. Very doomy song. Anyways, that's enough of that song. The first 4 songs on this album are pretty much, and actually Birth of Tension as well. All of those songs are pretty much just, straightforward Overkill goodness. This is the stuff that we know and love on all the other albums. But yeah, track 5, Playing with Spiders and Skull Crusher, as well as Who Tends the Fire, Years of Decay, Evil Never Dies, those songs feel very epic. So, for how long this album is, I think it really is worth it. All these songs don't blend the best for me, but as a listen, just a continuous listen, just listening to this whole album at once, it is fucking peak. But it is an album where I really don't care for listening to songs kind of individually. So, if I'm going to listen to something on this album, it's literally the whole album or nothing. So, yeah, I love this one. Really happy I got more into it because this might be my new favorite Overkill. I mean, debatable. I love Taking Over as well. But, yeah, this has been probably my favorite for more than a year now. And I'm glad to say that. So, Years of Decay. Next up, we've got a band that I've tried to get into their later stuff. And I gotta be real. None of it really holds even a candle to these first two albums. And I think you guys already might know what I'm talking about. And I chose this one. But both of these first two could be said. This one as well. Might as well just throw them both in here. I really feel like I was kind of harsh on these. They at first felt like, trying to be like Megadeth, which, a lot of people describe them as Canadian Megadeth, whatever. And I love Megadeth. But I don't know. I think part of me just didn't want to give these guys really a chance because I thought that, oh my god, Jeff Waters must just be insufferable to work with. They can't keep a lineup on fucking any of these albums. In fact, he lost all of his, technical sensibility by, I'd say, album 4. So, throughout most of their discography, it's pretty straightforward bullshit. This stuff, however, is very progressive, technical, whatever you want to call it. And, I love this album. Oh my god, this one's great. I love this one too. But, yeah, I think it was just... I think the main thing that made me kind of finally give these guys a chance was finding out that this is kind of like a one-man band in a couple ways. I mean, he recorded I'm saying Jeff Waters recorded all the guitar parts, all the bass parts. Did he drum? Someone might have to tell me that. Shit, I wish I knew. But... basically the only other member I believe was, at least on this album, Randy Rampage. On this one, I'm not sure if he had a drummer or something, but Coburn Farr was on this album as singing, vocals, whatever. And yeah, these two albums really, really grew on me. I love these. I think that I liked this one more for a while. I think I've kind of come around to saying this one's the best overall, just holy shit. But this one is also incredible, and I wanted to throw this one more so on here because I actually at least liked this when I first heard it. I actually gave it like a strong 7, high 7. This one I didn't care for that much. And I think that might just be how crazy it is. I mean, there's guitar parts on like Imperiled Eyes and Craft Dinner. I love that song. But there's parts on here that are very challenging. And I mean, it makes the first album look pretty easy to get into. So this is an album that really took a few listens to get into, and I'm happy I listened to it a few times to get into it because, yeah, this is a frequent listen. Same with the first one, more so the first one nowadays. But yeah, rest in peace, Coburn Farr. He died earlier this year. That was sad. But great album nonetheless. And I think that was kind of like almost like a precursor in a way to this next pick, which is my final pick. Voivod, Killing Technology. I mean, I don't know why I haven't been doing this, but I just realized this is a really cool CD. I should have been showing these CDs off, but there's the band, 1987. Yeah, this one took a while, right? I really struggled with this one. Because look, when I first tried to hear this, I got, I think, 3 songs in before I just decided this is too weird for me. It sounds like ear rape. And it was way too challenging. It was fucking crazy, right? This is the craziest music I had heard up until that point. And then I heard it again. I heard it again. And I'm like, fuck, I really don't like this that much. But I kept noticing how much other people loved this band. And I decided to keep giving it chances. And one day, I think this is my 6th or 7th or maybe even 8th listen. I know, I listened to it that many times. And I sat down on my bed, pulled up my laptop, and I just looked up the lyrics while listening to it. That did me so many favors. I immediately got into the album because I was like, holy shit, this lyrics are super weird. Barely any of it even makes sense. And it also made shit just sound so much more catchy, especially on stuff like Ravenous Medicine or Forgotten in Space, or I'd even say the title track, you know? Tornado was catchy nonetheless, so I can't really say much on that. That was the first song I really liked on this one. But my god, dude. Great album. If we're counting the 2 extra tracks that got thrown into the CD right here, I still love it, but I think that it's better overall if you just have the 40-minute long version instead of the 47-minute long one, just so it's not as one of my Discord guys would call it, exhausting, because this is an exhausting listen. A lot of Voivod is. But yeah, this is a really good album. I love this one now. And I'm happy I got into it, but this one really took some time. So that's why I put it at number 1. Okay. So that was my top 5 albums, thrash metal edition, that grew on me quite a bit since I first heard it. If you guys want to leave yours in the comments, please do so. And I hope you guys have a great night. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.